So what do we mean by SEO foundations in 2021? Well, if you're a locally owned and operated business and you have a business address, or if you're a service provider that services clients at their location, you have to make sure that you have these 4 or 5 basics down so that you can make the most out of search engine optimization in 2021. For new customers or your existing customers, you want to follow these steps next. Okay, we're gonna run through some very quick steps here. We're gonna have a longer overview in another video, but start off with what is your business name, what industry are you in, and what major calls to action are you gonna have? What are the things that are gonna draw those customers in? A special discount or some sort of incentive to get them to pay attention if they've never heard of you before. You're gonna wanna make sure you have your name, address, phone number, the URL to your website, all correct, because that's important in your SEO foundation. Now, once you got that down, you're gonna have to consider where is your business home online? Meaning, for most people, it's a website. So I love having a website as the primary place that people and customers can interact with your business, learn about your business, take you up on any specials, offers, or incentives, or hear about some current events, news that you want to let them know about. Now, I have heard about small businesses using social media account as their primary place, but I think a website is way more flexible for your needs. And it's also a place that your content can reside. Content marketing is one of the most important things that a small business can do right now to be fresh in the search engine optimization algorithms and to put out video, audio, or blog contents to make sure that people can keep up to date with what they're trying to give them. Now, the next major one is social media. You have to have a social media presence of some sort, even if at the minimum, it's just for the SEO foundations portion. Now, social media accounts, some of the main ones you should consider being on are things like Facebook, Instagram, things like Twitter, LinkedIn. All of those are very popular places that people are used to interacting and getting information about businesses in their local market. At the very minimum, have a few social media accounts that you can put out information to update customers and clients about what you have going on, or if somebody finds you for the first time, a new client, they can kind of do a search and figure out if you're a legitimate business, and they feel better if they see you have fresh content. Number 3, one of the major items there is what we call citations or business listings. You're gonna know them by maybe thinking of them as a yellow page listing. It's a place where your business name is, your address, your phone number. It's in a directory site of some sort. Well, there's dozens and hundreds of them right now, and most of them are free. A lot of them have upgrades that they want you to take them up on, but at the very minimum, they operate as a business directory that is listing your property. And for SEO foundations, that's something that the Google search algorithm and other search engines want to see. Once again, we're going to go back to having your name, address, phone number, URL to your website, and a short or long description to your business ready, because that's what these citations are going to have as part of what you can fill in there. Now, 4th, you're going to want to think about content channels. We talked about it a little bit early on. Why is content so important now in 2021? Well, every business out there is doing at least some combination of website, social media. They're doing business listings or citations correctly. You want to make sure that you are giving yourself the best opportunity for customers to interact, engage, and get to know, like, and trust you. And there's no better way to do that right now than content. So what do we mean by content? We mean things like video, we need things like audio, we mean things like text content or social media content out there. Now, depending on what kind of business owner you are, or the skills that you have, or people on your team, you're gonna wanna pick one of these content angles, whether it's video, audio like a podcast, or doing social media accounts or written blog posts, so that you can get fresh content out there, and customers that already know, like, and trust you get updates on what you have going on, and potential new customers who've never seen or heard of you before can get information on what you do and who you are. Another great thing about content is that you can go back to social media accounts and your website and embed those pieces of content as permanent fixtures on those locations. And it's excellent for SEO as well. Now, the last one, and maybe one of the most important ones, is the Google universe of tools. Now, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about things like Google My Business Account, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Sites, and Google Docs and their tools for administration as well. Now let's start with Google My Business. If you're a locally owned and operated business and you have a business address and a retail location where customers come in and interact with your business, you need to have Google My Business. And even if you are a home-based business, but you service clients at their locations like a carpet cleaner, a window cleaner, or any other number of businesses, that you can still utilize Google My Business. They have a lot of different tools back there. And if you start using that, Google loves itself, as I said before, so having business information in Google Docs that refers to other online properties of yours, whether it's your website, social media properties, business citations, if you keep those lists in there, there's some pretty good advanced SEO techniques that really come from that and lets Google know who you are even more. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about having good brand foundations or SEO business foundations. It's really about having the most amount of information out there on your business that you can so that you get found in search by existing customers or customers that know about you and they can find your business name online, and also for new customers to find you for your products and services that you're offering in your local market. We're going to have more tutorials up and a little bit more in-depth analysis on how to use these tools and some tips and tricks coming up soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, Small Business Saturday.